The hectic pace and 24/7 schedule that Dr. Lisa keeps up around the clock is always about making a difference to the lives of animals everywhere, including embracing new ideas, as well as sharing knowledge and innovative ideas with other vets in other parts of the world. Dr. Lisa has just arrived back from Hawaii and is looking happy and relaxed, even though we know she's had no more than a few hours sleep in the last 24 hours while flying to the other side of the world for just 4 days, and 2 of those days were spent travelling. Whew!
Aloha! Well, back from conference, had a wonderful time. It was an amazing vet conference and I spoke to other vets and exchanged ideas on how we treat animals and look after them. It's always a fabulous opportunity to interact and come up with some other strategies on how to give our furry friends the best possible care. But it's great to be back in New Zealand, even though Hawaii is a really beautiful place. And well,
it's back to work.
Here we go.
In true blue Dr. Lisa style, she soldiers right back into a big day of work and is quick to check on her patients in the animal hospital waiting for her. Super Sue, Tara, Emma, Kerry and Karen have all been busy holding the fort with the clinic in full throttle these last few days. Even Tango, the practice cat, has been busy helping out. Pisa the cat, who was left severely paralysed after an accident, is also happy to see Dr. Lisa back for a cuddle. Pisa has been here for 5 weeks now, and Dr. Lisa and her team have tried hard to restore some of her nerve function with acupuncture and hyperbaric oxygen therapy, but concerns are starting to grow for Pisa's long-term survival. We'll update you next week in our final episode. Remember Jules, who came in with her dog Pippi a few weeks ago? Well, today Jules has brought in Pippi's brother, Fidel, who has come in not quite feeling himself over the last few days as he's been walking a little off balance after being given some worm medication that may not have agreed with him. Dr. Lisa examines Fidel and finds nothing serious to worry about. She gives him an injection to help him feel better and is sure he'll make a speedy recovery soon. This gorgeous black and white cat is Molly. She has a sore paw and Dr. Lisa thinks she's possibly fallen out of a tree and hurt herself. Lisa chats with Molly's mum about a plan to help her and then gives her some pain medication and advises if she doesn't improve overnight, she may need to come back for an x-ray.
You want to look back? Okay, that's good, that's normal. Okay, excellent. So I think in all likelihood she's probably fallen and hurt herself. Yeah. If she's hurt herself by being in a fight or something like that, she might develop an abscess that comes up at a later stage. But for now, I think we'll probably get away just fine giving her an anti-inflammatory and a painkiller. Yeah. And also give her a homeopathic injection or some stuff that will help her to heal.
There's yet another arrival in a mystery box. Could it be a blue penguin? And check out these amazing facts about the penguin you may never have known. They've got a good set of lungs on them. Penguins can stay underwater for 10 to 15 minutes before coming to the surface to breathe, yet penguins cannot breathe underwater. Whew. A little penguin like this has a lifespan on average of 6.5 years, and some can even live up to the age of 20. Okay, here's a scary thought. Some prehistoric penguins were very large, growing nearly as tall and heavy as a human. And a recent discovery, in 2012, scientists discovered that a primary reason penguins can swim so fast is that they have a special bubble boost. When penguins fluff their feathers, they release bubbles that reduce the density of the water around them. Wow, you learn something new every day.
What's the story? What's happening with his eye?
Well, it looks pretty good, but it still hasn't really cleared up.
Okay.
But he's developed a cold.
Yeah.
With sneezing.
Yeah.
And his eyes are wet, I noticed as well at times.
Okay.
So somewhere he's picked up a cold.
Yeah. How did you go getting ointment in?
With difficulty for a start, but he did improve.
Yeah.
But it would have been a lot easier with drops.
Okay, we'll note that for next time.
Okay.
Just yeah. A beautiful boy. Is he sneezing out any gunk?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, and is he off his food at all, mate?
It's just that he does it a lot of times.
Yeah.
And I noticed his eyes appear to be a bit wetter.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I better just in case.
Sure. Is he off his food at all?
Huh?
Is he off his food at all?
No.
Good.
He's gradually eating more and more, actually.
Good. Oh, you're keeping him in such wonderful health. He's so robust and tough. It's great.
When he's on meat, he always has meat for dinner.
Good. Excellent.
Meat for dinner, Andy.
Yeah. Now, he's definitely got some upper airway congestion and a little bit of conjunctivitis.
Right.
A lot of these strays, unfortunately, at some time in their life, they've developed or had some cat flu, which is usually a viral irritation of the upper airways.
Right.
It makes their eyes water and it makes them sneeze and it can turn into a snotty sinus infection.
Yes.
I think he's coping with it well, but what we'll do is I'm just going to give him an anti-inflammatory to break the cycle, some vitamin Bs to support his system, and a one-off antibiotic just so that it can help in case of secondary infection. And then your homework will be a few days of drops in his eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Not worried.
Another mystery box has arrived, but we'll have to find out what's in it after the break. Also, Holistic Vets have been nominated for a major award, so Dr. Lisa is off to get a quick haircut. And even while at the hairdresser's, she's doing what she loves, looking after animals. You can take the vet out of the practice, but you can't take the practice out of the vet. Go! Energy-packed natural food for dogs and cats, brought to you by healthypetfoods.co.nz for a healthier, happier pet. As Dr. Lisa makes a mad dash away from the clinic to get a haircut before the awards, she tells us one of her favourite stories on the way.
One time, I had Jason, our SPCA inspector, bring a shag in for an examination. Jason always comes in for a shag. And the shag was on the examination table and we checked it out. We did the veterinary care that it needed and sent it out to rehabilitation. And my next patient was a dog. And the dog was a Labrador. It came into the room and it was sniffing away on the table. And the owner was apologetic that this doggy was so out of hand, sniffing away. And I said, "Don't worry, mate, I just had a shag on the table."
Ooh, Dr. Lisa, you are full of surprises. We heard a whisper that a mystery box is on its way to the clinic, but right now it's off to the hairdressers for Dr. Lisa, and being the passionate vet that she is, even before going in to get her haircut, she's already on the job seeing to Tina's dog, Kelly, who always welcomes Dr. Lisa for a play out on the back lawn and some medical attention she's needing. Now, time for the haircut. While we're waiting for Dr. Lisa's great reveal, and while we're on the subject of grooming, if you've been concerned about your pet's teeth or possible dental issues they may be having, Dr. Lisa has some helpful hints for you.
Dental health is so important for animals. Sore teeth can be very uncomfortable, and in fact infected teeth can actually lead to so many other health problems. Looking after your pet's dental health isn't too difficult. It often boils down to really good nutrition. We find that feeding animals with wholesome natural food makes a big difference to their overall health and vitality, and it keeps their teeth nice and healthy too. You can see behind me, there's progressions of dental disease. So this is a nice healthy tooth. It's beautiful and white. those gums look nice and healthy, and as dental disease progresses, it gets this thick tartar on the teeth, and the gums get inflamed, and it gets worse and worse until you get to a point where there's such bad disease you actually have to extract those teeth. So we want to avoid all of that happening, and raw bones can be a very helpful way to do that, but it's very important to make sure that you do it in a safe way. For dogs that are prone to gulping down bones, that's a no-no. So you need to be feeding them with bones that are either too big for them to swallow, that they can just chew on, or things like raw chicken necks. But raw chicken necks must be from a reputable place or be pre-frozen so that they don't have any bugs on them. The other things that you can do is feed good quality treats that are helpful to break down tartar and avoid this scenario unfolding. And of course, supporting the immune system is another very important aspect of dental care, and again, that boils down to good nutrition. I once had this cat, Paddy. She came down to see us all the way from Auckland. She was 21 years of age, and she needed to have a couple of teeth extracted. And her owner brought her to us because of our hyperbaric chamber and all the complementary therapies that we use to get her through the anaesthetic as safely as possible. So we put Paddy under anaesthetic, and she did beautifully. We extracted her sore teeth, and she started to wake up. She was a bit slow with her wake up, but for a 21-year-old girl, that's to be expected. I wanted to keep her overnight just to make sure that she was stable and safe and sound, but her owner really needed to go back to Auckland that day. So we sent them home, and the next morning I made a quick call to the owner, just anxious about how Paddy was doing. And her owner said, oh, she's very worried about Paddy. She's been pacing all night, and she hasn't drunk any water. She said, though, that she did eat a whole meal, so that was a huge relief. She'd been eating a meal, and pacing is not a major for a little old kitty getting her feet back and recovering from an anaesthetic, so we were delighted with that outcome.
Back at the hairdressers, Dr. Lisa has a few rare moments to relax while getting her haircut, and a big night ahead at the Westpac Tauranga Business Awards. Just a few weeks ago, Dr. Lisa won the Young Reed Woodburg Young Business Owner of the Year Award, and now ARRC and Holistic Vets have been nominated for this year's Westpac Tauranga Business Awards. We'll update you on how they got on after the break. Looking sharp, Dr. Lisa. Ooh-wee! Looking sharp, Dr. Lisa. So how does Dr. Lisa keep up the energy she has to do all that she does in the space of a day? Between all the incoming animals and wildlife, consultations, surgery, the whole lot, she keeps herself healthy in mind, body and soul by eating healthy, wholesome foods, exercising and heading off to the gym when the time allows. You are a powerhouse, Dr. Lisa. We check back in at the clinic with Dr. Lisa and Super Sue, who's about to find out what's in the mystery box that came in earlier. Shags are usually quite aggressive, but this one, found at the Mount, has come in very subdued and in a bad condition. Dr. Lisa and Sue examine him and decide what the best course of action for him might be.
So this shag is not quite as shagged as we thought it was, but he's certainly got really poor condition, and from the look of his poops, he's definitely got some kind of underlying infection in his gut. Whether that's secondary to an underlying issue, being an older bird or something else, we don't know. So we're going to just provide some basic supportive care, give him some fluids, antibiotics and some vitamins to pick him up, and just see how he goes through the day and overnight. And tomorrow we'll have a better idea. If he's doing better, then we'll know we're on the right track. And if he's not, then shag heaven might be the place to go. So we're about to give this shag some fluids and nutrients, antibiotics, and other things to help him to heal up. He's in a pretty bad way. For a shag to be this subdued means that he's feeling pretty awful. They're usually very aggressive and real little characters, and their beaks are so sharp they can inflict a huge amount of damage. So we'll know when he's feeling better, when he starts to get a whole lot stroppier.
Here's some amazing facts you may not have known about the good old shag. The shag is a strong flyer with glides and fast wing beats. It feeds by diving to depths of up to 20 metres. When nesting, shags communicate with throat clicks and at other times produce a loud rasping croak. In addition, male shags grunt and female shags hiss. Sounds much like human behaviour. Young shags have a high mortality rate, up to 80% unlikely to survive their first year due to threats from predators. Join us after the break when Dr. Lisa is on air with her regular radio interview on that ridiculously awesome station, Classic Hits 95 FM. She has the cutest surprise in one of the mystery boxes for the ridiculously intelligent and good-looking Will and Bridget. And what is all the excitement going on back in reception? Now fresh, 100% grain-free natural pet food for dogs and cats. Brought to you by healthypetfoods.co.nz for a healthier, happier pet. So what is Dr. Lisa and the team excited about? Congratulations are in order. Holistic Vets have just won the Westpac Tauranga Business Award for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and ARRC were finalists in the Community Organisation category, acknowledging all their hard work. A well-deserved celebratory lunch is on the menu today, and even Tango the practice cat is looking pretty smitten about it all.
Making a difference to the animals that I look after and the people that look after them is really near and dear to my heart. Some days are rough with sad endings, but most of the time it's just really enjoyable and such wonderful work and a real privilege to be able to do.
It's off to the radio station now for Dr. Lisa to pay one of her regular visits to hosts and ridiculously attractive, charming, witty, ruggedly good-looking Will and Bridget on Classic Hits 95 FM, where eager listeners love to hear about what she's up to and how she makes a difference to the lives of animals.
It's a dove, a white dove.
Oh, cool.
And these are not native species. He's been owned by someone who's actually got a tag on his leg, but we can't trace him, unfortunately. But he's come in with a broken wing.
So how did he get that? Whatever.
Probably flown into something.
Yeah, flown to a building.
Is he going to be okay?
Yeah, he's good. These guys are tough as nuts. They heal up at a rate of knots.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
The other thing we want to congratulate you on is we had the Business Awards not so long ago, Westpac Tauranga Business Awards. You did pretty well, didn't you? What happened?
Oh, well,
Push your own barrow, please.
there was this amazing MC called
No.
So don't push his barrow, push yours.
What award did you win?
Holistic Vets won an award for innovation and entrepreneurship.
That's really cool.
And
Yeah.
when you hear the story of where you guys started, because you started out of the boot of your car
Exactly, Bridget doing home visits under the boot of my car.
to work up to having a surgery and holistic vets and doing the rest of it. It's an amazing story.
It's really cool.
Can I just ask about the hyperbaric oxygen chamber that you have at Holistic Vets? Is that open for human use?
No such luck.
Oh, it's
yeah,
disappointing.
it is disappointing.
I was going to say, if you had maybe, a bit of a celebration one night, the next day, maybe jump on into the oxygen chamber.
When was the last time you legitimately used that chamber?
Yesterday, actually.
Oh, really?
We've got this gorgeous ragdoll cat that's come to us from Whitianga. She was probably run over by a car but paralysed in her back end.
Wow.
And the owners had few options aside from euthanasia, given the input of the specialist in their local vet, but they wanted more because her front half is so bright and happy. She's a gorgeous little cat called Pisa. So we've been treating her with acupuncture in the hyperbaric chamber, and she's been doing great.
Oh, that's cool. That is so cool to see.
Yeah.
So you think she's going to be okay?
Yeah, absolutely. And in fact, she's going in the chamber regularly. And yesterday we also had a pukico brought in with a broken leg. So today she'll go in the chamber with a pukico because it makes the bones knit really, really quickly. And in no time the pukico will be back and
So wait, you're going to put a pukiko and a ragdoll cat in the hyperbaric chamber together, and that's okay?
Absolutely, they have separate containers, and it keeps Pisa entertained. He really likes to see the wildlife that come through the door. It's bird therapy.
It's those pukikos, they're beautiful birds, but aren't they stupid?
They
are like hanging around by the road all the time.
Not overly intellectually endowed.
No, they are not. I feel like I should hold this tiny cat up and we should have like Lion King music.
Yeah,
something like that.
Like Simba, he's the new Lion King.
Look, if you want to find out more, you can go to ARRC. It's arrc.org.nz, or you can go to our Facebook page, Classic It's 95 FM on Facebook. We'll have a picture of the cutest little ginger 1 week old cat you have ever seen. Hey, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, you guys.
Sweet!
Nice, guys. Great.
That was awesome.
And if you happen to recognise the voice, that's me. I'm Will from Classic Hits 95 FM. I do the breakfast show with Bridget from 6 till 9 every morning in the Bay of Plenty, and we love talking with Dr. Lisa. The things that she does for animals in our community are unparalleled. She and her team are legends. Plus, we can be easily bribed with cute kittens. Back to the clinic again, and Super Sue has some more gorgeous kittens to show us, and these have quite a story to tell, as Sue explains.
So this is one of the little kittens of a colony born in the wild. One of our colony carers tried to catch them, and unfortunately one of the neighbours got quite badly bitten. They can actually be quite wild, even though the size of them is quite deceiving. We've got a fosterer called Nicole, and she's wonderful. She came and got the other two that the lady had managed to catch last week. She called them Precious 1 and Precious 2. So luckily we've caught Precious 3 and Precious 4 today, and they'll be going out to foster as well. Hopefully within about the next 3 or 4 weeks, they will be so well handled, we'll be able to get them into homes. De-sexed first, of course.
We leave you with some bloopers now. Join us for our final episode of this series next week, and bring your tissues as we pay a special tribute to a very special cat who inspired everyone that met her. And Dr. Lisa shares some of her amazing stories and deepest thoughts with us about life as a vet, her reflections over the years, and her vision for the future of making a difference to the lives of animals.
You ready for the box?
This series has been brought to you by ARRC Wildlife Trust and Bush Forbes Barristers and Solicitors, caring about the health of our animals and our environment. And by Healthy Pet Foods and Pet Curian. Good nutrition for a healthier, happier pet.